Hello, I am the Experimenter, and if you watched my dueling videos before, you may be asking, even if the duels are online, why not use Master Duel instead of EDO Pro? Well, 40 of you keep coming back, so obviously someone had to ask it at some point. So today I'll be answering that question and more by talking about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel revolutionized Yugitube and how it affected me. First, we must start with how Master Duel is revolutionary, because how can it revolutionize something else if it doesn't have somewhat revolutionary properties in the first place? Let's get the obvious resolu- bleh, revolutionary trait out the way. It is the first official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG simulator. We've had unofficial ones like EDO Pro, Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega, Dueling Nexus, and Dueling Book. But Master Duel is the first one officially made by Konami. We've been had Duel Links, but that's not really TCG. Nor is this fake ass format called Rush Duel. As you can tell, major dislike to Rush Duel. This is a bit, or is it? Anyway, we've talked about Master Duel itself, but now let's enter into the game and see what's revolutionary on the inside. First, the most integral system in Master Duel, the CP shards, rarity dust, that good stuff, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling them CP shards. First of its kind for Yu-Gi-Oh! A crafting and dismantling system. A system where you can dismantle extra, or obviously trash cards in exchange for that good stuff, that dust, that you can then use for good cards and not utter garbage. Now we've all, maybe, have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and have seen how crafting a card costs 30 dust drugs, but dismantling a card only gives you 10 dust drugs. Which often can feel like a con, but from a business standpoint, it makes sense. Their job and job statement is to make you play the game for an extended period of time, and if you need to walk an extra mile for that stuff, you're staying on the game longer for that stuff. It also will weed out loyal players from disloyal ones. That continues to the next revolutionary feature, the daily missions, the entire mission segment of the game. The daily missions benefit you the longer you play the game over the days, which again weeds out loyal players from disloyal ones. And maybe a psychological factor to get you hooked. Who knows? And here's a very interesting revolutionary factor. One that some people complain about, or one that people see opportunities from, the ban list. It's very similar to the TCG's ban list, but not identical. The Master Duel team make changes more frequently than Konami, but that's expected. It's online, so numbers are given to them in real time as it happens, and changes can be made accordingly. Now, this can be an opportunity as shown by CSX1 when he made a video showcasing Flame Swordsman, but it was better as Isolde isn't banned in Master Duel at the time that video was made and at the time of making this video. And that deck was cooking it up. Go watch that video, then come back here and hear the rest of my very valid points. The game that is Master Duel has pretty much everything you want out of an official simulator. Events, regularly maintained man list, a selection of cards that's almost as big as its TCG, and a system that isn't so expensive it will make you broke, but also not so cheap that spending is insignificant. Now, we must ask the question, how did it affect Yugitube? Let's start with the obvious. Every Yugituber and their entire family switched from whatever the hell simulator they were on straight to Master Duel. And they did this because of its official license under Konami, the current license holder of Yu-Gi-Oh! Who better to trust with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Application than the literal owner of the IP? How it affected the content once Master Duel settled into the lives of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players was making the content more about rank than about experimentation. Trying to breathe over here. Yu-Gi-Oh! And EDO Pro is about experimentation, and some examples of this were making an Exodia deck with forbidden cards, making troll decks, or just testing out combos and things. But once Master Duel joined the scene, it became about rank, building the best deck possible to climb to the highest rank possible. If your deck can't get pa- if your deck can't get damn, if your deck can't get past gold, don't play it. If it can get to diamond but not higher, change decks. Keep that one, but stop using it. And it affects YugiTube till this day. Making this video has shown me how important and impactful logos are. If you show me any of these logos of one of these Yu-Gi-Oh simulators, with the text blurred of course, the colors still recognizable, I will get it immediately. Well, not Dueling Book. Logo got enough colors to be gay. Now the spicy flavor, the seasoned toppings, how it affected me. I wasn't really into it when Master Duel first came out. Got a little bit into it later on, and I barely or damn there don't play Master Duel. The only reason I even have it is because I may be able to make videos off of it. Probably not, because of computer problems and currency problems. I don't have no $100 to spend for some extra UR crack. And this obviously will have an effect on my channel, as now the new norm is when you do using simulators, so you use Master Duel, which is just not suitable for me, obviously, or you would have seen a Master Duel video by now.
I have now covered how Master Duel revolutionized Yugitube and affected me. Now that you have been informed, go play Master Duel. I'm going back to the lab.